Hello. Welcome to Down with Dragons. It's Tuesday night. It's 7 o'clock almost, close enough. I am DM Scott. With me as always.
Killian playing Maven Corpseflower, a Circle of Spores druid looking to uncover mysteries from 1500 years ago and beyond.
And Mick playing Callan Den, the fate cast foundling of Dragonlock militants who cast off his adopted privilege for the life of a rakish scoundrel, literally stumbling into a life of adventure.
Chris playing Theobald, a former dragoon who had been killed by the orc leader Gardash, brought back to life by the mysterious grey-eyed spear maiden as a war cleric champion. And along the way, he's made a covenant with the arcane artifact known as the Blackstaff.
Hopefully, everybody has had a good week. We're all here. We're all present. We're here to find out what's going to happen. And so I'm just going to skip our normal openings and housekeeping stuff and just dive right in. We got a lot to do. This is second to the last episode of the season. So here we go. Last time on Down with Dragons, the group reconvened after Theo and Maven did some research and looking for some info and transport.
Alan did his own research.
Yeah, and getting a night's rest. The next morning, they made their way to the library in Mirrorvale. There, they found Callan coming down the stairs after seemingly a lovely evening of research of his own, drinking, dancing, and delightful company of the one and only Queen Sorva, which prompted Maven to fangirl for most of the episode. Theo also was prompted to panic. They made their way hurriedly, quickly, as stealthily as possible, through the city down to the docks to make their voyage out onto the lake. Through Owl, Theo did see that someone did notice their departure. Unfortunately, unable to get a closer look as the individual, upon noticing Owl, turned their back and left. After making their way out onto the lake again, led by Captain Keegan, showing them where that little string in his head was pulling him. And there, upon the water of the glassy lake, they waited, made preparations. Those preparations primarily being blindfolds to protect them from the potential effects that did blind the captain. They were mostly successful. After a near-death encounter of the strange effects that inhabit that area of the lake, they all found themselves on a sandy beach. Well, Maven did. Being the only one conscious, thanks to Callan's quick reaction in his last moment of consciousness, sending some well-needed cure wounds her way. And that is going to be where we rejoin the halfway crew. We find our heroes on the desolate, white, sandy beach with a heavy fog all around. With above them, still even through the fog, being able to see the dome of this Aurora Borealis light everywhere in a night sky. Not far away, a tree line barely visible through the thick fog. There, our heroes sit by a fire that has been kindled to life, collecting themselves after a near-death encounter. This is where we join our heroes tonight.
So we're inside a giant, pretty marble with a hostile beach covered in glass shards in infinite mist. I don't know what else I expected. How are you two doing?
Hurts.
Not so good.
How did you pull
Uh,
through that, Maven? Nice job.
I wish I could take credit, but woke up with Callan's arm on my leg, so I think he might have had something to do with it. Thanks, by the way.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I did that.
Well done, Kellen. Well done. I think we need to rest for a little bit here and get our bearings.
As much as I'd like to, we could take a short one, but we've got a lot to do. I reach into my pack, I pull out those delicious fish eggs, and I eat one. I'm assuming it's been a while since I've eaten. And I offer the container to the other two, and I can roll to eat it. Or if I just puke on the glass beach, I don't know.
We'll get to the point where we 100% are I wouldn't say immune, but just numbed to it. But yeah, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I should have done this before. I'm a bad player. I didn't get my dice right.
Oh no,
Grabbing
you're
at the beginning.
fine. We get to listen to the dice rattle a little bit that we're all ready and
Yeah, everybody
bold.
get excited. Okay, Constitution. All right, Catherine. This one's on you. That's a 6.
yeah,
Ooh.
it like not even you don't even throw up. It's more of like you just kind of grab one, start handing it out, and put it in your mouth. And every time you try to swallow, your throat just goes like, it's like, it is, man, it doesn't get much better every time. Like the taste is not good. Even though your, intellectual mind knows like this has nothing to do with taste. This has to do with nutrition. This is what it does. We can do this. And your body is going, I'd rather starve.
You can suck on it like a disgusting hard candy, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
What's gonna pass
It
us?
does not improve the flavor. It is just, it's a war of attrition. You're never throwing up, but you just stretched out the experience. Theobald, Callan.
I don't think I'm up for that right now.
I will opt
Take
for
out some
whatever else.
regular
we have.
rations.
Yeah, and even
And
as in
Callan,
that
look
moment,
at Callan and nod and hand him some jerky. Like,
yeah, and even in that moment, like whether it be those eggs, those Galton eggs, or it be, just the day you've already had, you're not that hungry anyway, and so it's just like little jerky that, hey, breakfast of champions,
first time I've seen Callan pass up an opportunity like this, but
Yeah, actually, Callan's probably got his spoon from his mess kit, and he is taking a scoop of the broken glass from the beach when you ask him if he wants one of the eggs.
I mean, it's not just shards of glass. It's fine, course.
yeah.
It's white sand, but yeah, what
like a lightning
yeah.
strike or something on the.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to eat the sand, but he'll
Yeah.
collect some of it. It's like pretty curious stuff. So
Yeah.
and then, can you even get your bearings in a place like this? How does that work? I don't know. And he will use, if we're taking the short rest, he will use cure wounds on himself and Theobald.
I'm gonna take a HD as well.
Okay. You can roll those.
Okay.
Remember,
Those.
and also remember, you also do have when in need, your heart leeches, so you can
Mhm.
have those as well.
I'm worried that guy might get stressed really soon. All right. 17 for Theobald.
Whew,
Nice.
Ah.
holy cow.
And a 12 for Callan.
There you go. Before the short
Oh.
rest, right?
And I picked up a full 8.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Just clarifying, you know.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I had a very good short rest. Must have dozed off a little bit from the exhaustion.
Mhm.
Up to 28 out of 31. I can maybe take another hit.
Woo!
I might be able to get out of here again.
All right. So
No,
you all,
probably
over
not.
the course of an hour, do some healing. Maven, do you do anything extra for some healings? I cannot hear you.
We lost you.
You might have hit a button like I did. I cast silence. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Oh no. This island.
If you need to, drop out, come back in.
I think it's probably
Don't be sorry. I think that's what you said. That or you were cursing in a language.
I think it was the egg.
It might have been the egg. She's still just sucking on that. Just,
Hey!
There you are.
Yeah.
Oh God. Sorry.
Those eggs are so nasty. Try.
All right. Yeah, I take a hit die. I meditate by the shore. Not too close to that fiberglass sand though. I
it's
get
a
7
little coarse.
points
Little
back.
coarse. Little coarse.
I'm up to 19.
Okay.
I kind of want to take another one, but I'm
You
gonna wait.
can if you'd like.
It's, it was
Does-
not worth it, but yeah, I'll take another one. 3.
Okay.
Does the sand respond to the mold earth cantrip?
If you do use it, it does.
Oh, well, I think that look really neat if I'm making little waves in the sand going back and forth.
Oh yeah. Like,
Shimmering glass, broken glass sand.
While I'm resting and chewing my jerky, I'm going to see if Owl can make it to this place.
okay.
'Cause I disapparated him before
Mm-hmm.
the fireworks started.
So you spend a few moments focusing. There is resistance, like just almost like a muscle that you need to, like if you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a Charlie horse and you got to actually really just focus on getting that muscle to stretch out. But Owl does apparate and in a flutter of feathers appear
Oh,
and perch on your shoulder.
good to see you. I'm going to do a perimeter sweep.
Looks around and just flies off.
Don't get lost. It's foggy out there.
Hits the dome. No. Boom. No.
I get a finger from the owl.
Flying around very quickly, you will just get a ping back of disorientation. Like if it wasn't for your firelight, very quickly, even I would probably be like, well, I don't know where I am, you know?
Yep. Well, if I need to bring him back, right, to apparate too, I can.
Yep.
If he feels like he's struggling,
How
try
much?
that too.
I guess for me, and we'll just say Owl in character, is just how much range is he? What's his leash? You know, because normally
Just whatever he's comfortable with. Just
Okay.
tree line
Just-
and just see.
trying to look around.
Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah, I'm not going to force him out that far. So.
So he will fly around just trying to see what he can see. Okay. In the meantime, what are you all doing? After your short rests, you've kind of bandaged some things or taken some medicines or magics or whatever. And you've got just a low fire just for a little warmth. It is kind of it is nighttime, obviously, from that look and everything.
We're all
Well-
rested because we slept mostly of the day.
Yep.
So I think Callan, you got an idea?
Let's get right to it and see what this island is about, I guess. That's my idea.
How far can we see? How thick is this mist?
You can see clearly
Mhm.
about, think of it like dim light radius. Clearly is
Okay.
dim light. Beyond that, it starts to get thicker, much past like 30 feet. It's thick fog.
Okay.
And that's that's taking from your campfire setting of like
Mhm.
that mist is just creeping in right on the edges of the fire.
Okay. I'm going to look up a spell while Theo says what he wants to do. 'Cause I think I want to use produce flame, but I want to make sure I can have it concentrated in my hand. It's a makeshift torch situation.
Theobald can.
Yep.
If you're talking about that, Theobald can pull out like one of the caltrops or something and cast light onto it as well. So
I cast produce flame, so it's just up in my hand. Hopefully will help.
call Owl back in. And I think instead of using his sight this time, as we're going in, I'll be pausing now and again to listen through Owl's ears.
Okay. So Owl makes its way within a few moments back to you. And like you're gonna have to set the stage of like how you're doing that, and like once you pick a direction or whatever, and then when you're doing it. But absolutely, Owl is ever ready to assist and seems eager. I mean, especially being closer to where he can see clearly right now.
Maybe we could go up and down the beach, but I'd suspect it's just deeper in.
We came in through here. I would assume that whenever whatever is happening dissipates, this is where we're going to want to be.
Maybe.
I'm looking through my spells again.
Are there any rocks or anything that Callan can maybe pull in together into a cairn or something like that?
In the
Just
immediate
sand beach
area,
up to the.
Yep.
Okay.
As far as you can see in the area, unless you want to do some investigation, it looks like bare white sand leading right up to the edge of the forest. If you kind of start to walk around a little bit, and all of a sudden, like kind of the forest starts.
Okay. What can I spare? Arrows. I still have.
What does Callan see when he puts the monocle on and checks out?
Good question. It is like looking through like literally even before you even put the monocle over your eye, just kind of raising it up and seeing through the firelight, you can see there's that aurora borealis effect going through the glass. And when you bring it up and look around, I mean, it's everywhere.
Any distinct areas or just same general?
Everywhere. Like probably the least is the fire that you guys made. But I mean, it's in the air. It's in the sand. Looking up at the dome, like the dome mimics like if anything, yeah, looking up at the dome, it almost seems like you're actually seeing through the monocle normally because it's already doing that same effect on the dome.
Theobald's going to dump out half his caltrops. He's going to double order of caltrops and just make an X up by the where it starts turning to forest, and the beach side up where it starts turning into a forest, just making a big X in case it's back here this way. So
X marks a spot on the beach. Okay. So moving into the forest.
I'm debating whether or not I want to tie us together. And I say that out loud. Sorry, character voices that's why character voices are important.
You're fine.
Although with yourself lighted, Theo, and me with a flame in my hand, that makes whatever might be lurking out there easier to spot us.
Help us see it all?
Yeah, does it?
Or does it just
Like,
reflect, like it hits the fog and just reflect like high beams in a fog, like it's not even going to do anything?
Yes and no. I mean, I've driven through plenty of fogs where low beams hit that wall of fog and it's not helpful, but the high beams, even though yes, you see more of the fog, you still are seeing a little bit into it, a
Just
little
kind
bit
of
more.
shifting. So,
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, light is more helpful because the thing is, otherwise you're in twilight in the fog. So
Right.
it's, oh, and also let's not forget about, let's be honest, the psychological side of light and fire and safety that is still to this day and age when the lights go out, a light feels safe.
Mm-hmm.
I think we risk it.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's taking
But
point?
I don't think I'll take point.
So just to make our odds better, Callan will bring up a silent image through his invocation. And he's gonna call up an image of Gardosh to lead the way.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
I figure, if anyone's gonna, take a shot at us, they'll want to take that guy down first.
All right. So the silent image of Gardosh
Say, anybody that you
strides past
spilled all our
Theobald.
beans to.
What do you mean, Theo?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good idea.
Mm-hmm. Was there more to this?
No, good idea.
Oh, thank you.
So Theobald leads Gardosh leads the way. Theobald behind. What's the rest of the marching order?
Callan.
I'll take middle.
All right, Callan's got the rear then, right?
So you start traveling. Are you trying to be stealthy or are we moving at normal, like being cautious, but just normal pace, working our way through? Or are you be rushed?
Normal pace. That's
All
what I
walker
got.
speed.
Callan
All
doesn't
right.
see the need for stealth. We got this mist and this magical static going on, so
Yeah.
And the
Right.
lights.
I forgot already a very important thing. Callan,
yes.
right now, remind me, what level of casting are you doing?
What level of casting for anything?
With,
Silent
with
image?
anything. Like, no, not your invocations, but like when you cast your spells, what level are they at?
First and second level spells.
Okay. Would you let me know if you cast anything at second level?
Sure.
Because I need to know. Because you already did, I'm guessing, for the cure wounds, right?
Yes, at second level. Yep.
Okay. I forgot. So it really doesn't matter. It's just the fact of I forgot.
This seems like it might matter.
Well, I mean, it might matter, but it's like I don't want to prejudice you on casting things you normally would. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
Yeah. Nonchalant, you don't suspect.
Right.
All right. So, moving forward into the forest of fog and mist and unknown.
When we
And-
step into the forest,
Yep.
I want to reach out with just kind of halt everybody if they can see, and reach out with the black staff and see if I can take a temperature again.
I guess give me more. What do you like
Like
specifically?
divining rod. I'm attempting to use it as a divining rod.
Yeah,
Just-
no. Is there anything specific or just in general?
Concentrating on a looking glass or any kind of glass or something to see through or with or reflection. Like I'm just focusing and thinking about that
Your objective. Okay.
The objective. Yep.
Roll me an Arcana check at disadvantage.
God dang it.
I know. I'm sorry.
That'd be a 12.
12. Okay. So as you step in, you kind of just try to center yourself, get yourself right with the black staff, and as you kind of hold it out in front of you, going back and forth, you're not feeling too much until you start to notice the black staff seems almost reluctant. It's not that it's not feeling anything. It's the fact of you can tell, and with the presence and albeit ego involved with the black staff, there is a caution that is within the black staff of it. It almost seems nervous. But it's not that you felt nothing. It's the fact of there was that. Okay.
Everything's fine. Sorry, go ahead.
So you have done that. You're not getting a directionality out of anything. Gardosh is confidently moving forward. Do you continue?
Yep.
Okay. You start to move into the forest. You travel for hours, cautiously, slowly. It's normal pace, but you're also not trying to, through the through the woods. You're finding your path. You're finding your paths, and it gets to a point where, like, you're not even like you, especially with the fog. You're losing track of time. Has it been an hour? Has it been 2? Has it been 5? It's really hard to tell. And it's around that time that you all start to think, okay, with what time we, up in the middle of the night waiting, like we should start to see, the beginning of day. And it is still dark. That
Time
aurora
dilation.
borealis effect above. That even through the fog, you can see the slightest hint straight up through the forest canopy. You keep moving. Cautiously moving. There are no animals. You're not hearing any wildlife, any scurrying through branches, birds chirping, nothing. It is eerily quiet. What?
Like underbrush, or are these tall trees, or what kind of forest?
Think like almost an evergreen forest.
Okay.
Very tall and still decently spaced. And there's still some little brush here and there, but it's fairly easy travel especially if you're trying to be conscious of your path and not purposely making noise, or just being dumb and moving. But it's tall trees. So you can see the sky above very easily, even through the fog, where it's like you can see looking up, where it's like the fog must have a height limit. But at the same time, even in that moment of making that thought, because you can see that aurora borealis, you also look through Owl's eyes. Owl can see even up there. Whether it's a perception thing or, you're in a weird place. It's all weird.
The lack of animals would make Maven very uncomfortable. I think she lived in the Deadwood for a very, very long time.
Yeah, Deadwood. Yeah, dead.
Terrifying, horrible place. But at least there were animals, even if they were trying to kill you.
Yeah, everything was a predator, but there was a pecking order,
Exactly. You just wanted to make sure you were near the top, or at least faster than something.
Yeah.
And so this would leave her feeling very uneasy. I think she's probably very on edge right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Roll me a nature check while you're having those thoughts.
yes, absolutely. Okay, Catherine, don't do me wrong this time. I'm going to blame you for any bad rolls, and I will celebrate my own prowess for any good rolls. Just kidding. Sorry. Okay, okay.
She might be watching, so I hope
Good.
she's at like she's like
That's a 22. See?
20, 22. Okay.
Yeah.
What prowess?
No, I'll thank her for it. Thank you,
So
Catherine.
Maven, as you're having those thoughts and you're kind of, a little bit, with the group near, middling and back,
Mhm.
you kind of just stop for a moment and just kind of put your hand up against a tree or a branch or whatever, and just kind of focus for a moment, just trying to attune yourself nature wise to this island.
Mhm.
And the best analogy I can give you is feeling like something that is wholly alive.
Mhm.
And then someone took an ice cream scoop and just scooped out the important part. Like all the things that make a ecosystem alive.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's just been
They're not here?
scooped right out.
So this isn't. I mean,
The tree's definitely alive. You can feel the tree.
right.
But-
This would.
So it feels almost like a shadow of a tree, though, when it comes to like an essence, a soul, a story, whereas like there's a part of you like, if I cut this tree down, there's no rings, like,
Mhm.
but yet it still feels like a tree.
I'm trying to put myself in character brain and not in giant human nerd brain, because I'm thinking like interdimensional forest. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just say quietly to whoever's near me. Well, I think you both are, one in front and one behind.
Gardosh.
No.
Gardosh can't
Um,
hear. He's far enough ahead that that man doesn't stop for nothing.
No, he's on a mission. We should be too, but I gotta touch that tree. I just say out loud, I'm like, this feels wrong. Not wrong. That's not the right word. This feels incomplete. Well, I shouldn't have had to worry about predators then, I guess.
There's no.
It's nothing. I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. I think worse. Worse feels right. I think it's worse.
So is it even real?
I think whatever it's supposed to be mimicking is real. I don't think this is. I don't think there's an island in the middle of the lake. I think there's a hole. I think we're in the cork or the plug or whatever. I don't think this is here all the time. That's just my guess right now, but
You've
I don't-
completely lost Theobald.
yeah, this is
Aha.
and I snap the tree. I smack
Some
the
of
tree.
that
and I
book
think,
learning.
if I hit you with this, it will hurt. But I
Yeah.
can't. It's not a tree. It is a tree, but it's not a tree. It's a shadow in the sunset isn't
Callan,
a
I think
shadow
she needs a
at
drink.
all.
No, I totally get it, Theobald. This forest stands as a mockery of actual life. You can just look at the ground and see the absence of decay that accompanies everything in the real living world.
God,
I
I'm
get
so
it,
glad you're
Maven. I
here.
get it.
I'm gonna go
Wait,
hang out
you
with
get me?
Gardosh.
Okay, good. He feels
know.
realer than this conversation.
Maybe
Or I
it's
stand with him.
maybe it's reading Nima's book, but yeah, I get it.
Okay,
I don't know what our queen did to you, but
Hmm?
good for her.
Good for her. All right, you keep moving forward. Awkward Theobald, maybe leaving you a little behind, and then all you rushing forward. Keep moving forward, and after like I don't know, could be a full day of travel, another hour. It's really hard to tell. You also don't feel that tired either, though. It's not like you like, whoa, I'm beat. It's just like you can tell you've been walking a while, but you're also not really that tired. And you all of a sudden start to see, like, on the trees, there is almost like, imagine like you dripped wax on the trees, just in different places, very sparse in the beginning. And as you start moving further, you start to see more and more until you're seeing fully encased trees and grass in this wax-like material. And even seeing strands of like wax string between the trees.
Haven, what is this?
It's a good question. It's I think, well, there's only one way to find out, right? I take. Oh, go ahead.
Callan could use Mage Hand to probe the properties of this substance.
That's probably safer than what I was going to do. I was going to use the end of my staff and maybe lose it forever. So,
Callan,
Yeah.
does your guy, from what you've said and what Maven has said,
Hmm.
it seems like it's the opposite of your guy. Is he? Do you have? Is there? Can you reach him?
I haven't thought of that. I guess I should check in to see how that's working. So Callan will bring out his magic flask and kind of take a swig from it and try to commune with his patron Terrafin in any manner possible.
Okay, roll me an Arcana check.
Kind of like a
No,
Hey. What's up? That is a 19.
so you kind of like, yeah, it's a really good idea. Like I didn't think of that. Pull out your flask and just, all right, Terrafin. That's water.
You all right?
You're getting zero contact. Like you can feel like when you've made a message or even just a prayer or whatever. And even if it's like busy signal or, oh, got his answering machine, he'll get back to me, this is I'm sorry. You
So good idea, Theobald. Little concerning. Yeah, I'm not getting anything.
What do you mean you're not getting anything? I'll hold up my hand for the flask.
Yeah, give it a shot. See what I mean.
tap water.
Water.
At best. Tap water at best. Not fresh, spring artisan water.
That's
Just
not even good. That's
what
not
have
what
been in there?
So Callan has to double check now using his ability to turn water and other liquids into like a brewed alcohol beverage. See if that works.
yeah, you focus and what are you doing on the water in the flask, or what are you doing?
If I've got like a vial or a cup or something to pour it into and then do it.
Yep, you do that, and it turns into a murky color. It starts off reddish and then goes kind of golden, and you kind of sip it, and it feels like it's somewhere in between wine and beer, where it's like, yeah, it's kind of alcoholic, but ooh, that does not know what it wants to be.
So that's not great.
I mean, it
nope.
still worked. Just
Sometimes working with him is a little more trouble than it's worth. So hopefully,
Wow. Smacked by a pine tree.
I don't.
Oh, I see where you're going. Reverse psychology. Yeah.
right. So, I don't know if he's not proving that helpful. Maybe we're just not a good fit for each other. Just try to throw that out there. See if he
Thiebald's
reacts
just kind
anyway.
of grimace a little bit. Yeah, right. I'm gonna go back with Gardosh again.
I'm gonna go back with the Garnash again.
Seems safer. Maven, you were gonna try scooping
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the. So I have a axe, like a hand axe, and I
Yeah.
take the bottom of it, and I poke at this waxy substance.
Yeah, you kind of
See
go
what
up
happens.
towards a branch or something and just kind of
Yeah,
hit it, and it takes a little bit. It's thick enough coating that, I mean, literally think like pouring enough wax over something that it's fully encrusted. But it breaks apart, and inside you can see there is like a piece of a branch and stuff like that that is fully encased in some of this.
okay.
Did something
I've-
do this to it, or
And there is
hope-
like a residue in like inside where the branch is. There's still like a moisture to it.
Oh god, it's gonna be a giant time slug. Gross. I would like to do an investigation on the condensation.
Roll that.
Oh, what exactly does a time slug look like?
Multicolored
good
and
question.
gross.
does it have lots of eyes?
Ooh.
What'd you
It's
roll?
14.
14.
14.
All right. You can very quickly rule out this is not condensation. This is almost like candle wax that never dried. And so you just kind of on your fingers, just kind of sniff it.
Do I lick it?
I mean, do you?
I don't know. Yeah, I do.
Callan will lick it for you.
I
You know,
lick
you
it.
you do the CSI thing,
Cherry juice.
and very quickly, especially once you get it on your tongue, it starts to numb your tongue, like
Oh, no.
just very slightly. And then after a little bit, you can start to feel like pins and needles in your fingers
Oh no.
where it was. Took longer on your hands, but like on your tongue, oh yeah, real quick, like, oh, that's the impa thing.
Don't
My tongue.
don't touch that stuff.
Oh, huh?
Theobald will look pointedly at Callan.
No,
Eat it.
I wasn't gonna go swimming in it.
Don't touch it.
Leech might like some of that though.
So
Callan,
yeah,
do you have a way of scraping some of that into a bottle or something?
I do. I had called forth my mage hand, so I can do any of that. But to contribute to the investigation, I need to Eldritch Blast some of it that's far enough away.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Very
so-
easily. Just finger guns and boom, a big area of a tree just breaks apart, exposing actual tree there again. And while lots of chunks of this wax and tree encased wax lands on the ground.
Didn't taste familiar, right?
Oh no, it
didn't
really didn't
recognize
taste
it.
like much. It just immediately was like, oh no, that's getting numb.
Novocaine.
Yeah.
Novocaine flavored wax.
Maven, are
Cool.
you okay?
I think so. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to talk like this. I'm so sorry that you have to
for the
listen.
sake of the everyone, not long.
You don't like it? You don't like that?
You don't like that?
I'm
We're just
shocked.
discussing the importance of character voices, Scott.
You're right. For the next 10 years.
All right, I'm killing her off and getting a new character.
What's that? It makes you immortal as well?
So
And
Callan's
you
got
have a compulsion to perform marriage ceremonies.
Marriage.
Is what brings us together today.
All right.
Callan's got empty vials and such. He can take
You
samples.
can easily, getting chunks of the more hardened wax. It's still very waxy material, and then some of the more liquidy version of it kind of shoved into some vials.
It's your
Is there-
your
is
mage
this on
hand
the
just trying to
ground?
shake it off.
Yeah. Flings it at all of you, you know.
Is it on the ground or is it just on the tree?
Oh, it's some like as you go deeper, it's on the ground too. Like after a certain point, you're walking on this wax material.
Okay. If you notice a wet patch, don't touch it. I don't know what it'll do on your skin, but
Yeah, you do. On your fingertips, it started to get pins and needles. And
or yeah, sorry, I
numb.
mean like through clothes. I don't know what
Oh.
it'll if that'll stop. Just if it looks wet, don't. Just don't. That's a good rule for life. Just don't.
Theobald's got something to look for tracks now, so
Oh,
or to
true,
help
true,
with
true.
tracks. But yes.
All right. Continuing forward, Callan, literally as many empty vials as you have, you may fill as many as you'd like.
Okay.
It won't take long. It's up to you.
Yeah. So I'll have 4 potion-sized bottles,
There you go.
whatever that is.
Just call it just wax liquid. I
Alright.
know what that is.
Mm.
So you continue forward. Everybody roll me a perception check, because I guarantee everyone is paying attention as you move into crazy, weird woods.
Advantage for L's hearing. Is it a hearing based one?
I think that's sight.
Dirty
Frowls.
20.
Is
It's-
it both?
Yeah, it's both.
Okay, then do both. Do both. I wasn't sure.
I think it's both. I'll double check.
Callan got a 10.
10,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20.
Gaining benefits of any special senses the familiar has. You see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears.
Okay, yep, advantage then. Yep.
Natural 20.
Ooh, okay.
Total of 26 if I'm using mine, 23 if we're using owls.
It's 23 for owl if you're listening through owl. Okay, so natural 20, 23, and a dirty 20 and a 10. All right, so as you all are moving further in, you all get the advanced warning through Maven and Theobald. As you are kind of thinking on that and this weird phenomenon and looking for tracks, and Owl kind of doing almost just a little short range leapfrogging ahead where you can feel that he's straight ahead of you as you're traveling. All of a sudden, Owl lands on a branch lightly, and very close by to Owl, there is a sound of just the moving in the tree. Maven, you also pick up the sound as Owl heard that, and you hear that and kind of freeze, and everybody kind of follows suit. And Maven, you hear falling pieces of wax from a tree off in the distance ahead of you. Callan, you're more picking up on everyone's body language and just like, oh, nope, something bad. You know, you're all very quiet. You're all listening. And then you hear it. The absence of noise that you've been hearing for so long, you're now hearing that same kind of crittery,
Like
creaking
scuttling.
and scuttling. And all around.
Oh,
Just
All
walked into
around,
a
okay.
nest.
Where it's like almost like that sound starts to come in and it's like, oh, normal branches creaking and and it's like, no, that's not normal though. That's not good. You are quietly standing in this wax forest, hearing movement up in the trees, down on the ground level in front of you, in multiple directions. Not moving nothing seems to be like moving towards you, but just movement. General, easy, consistent movement.
Cool. Magic termites.
let's keep pressing forward.
Oh,
People have the
God.
black staff ready.
Yeah, I'm clutching Seely's staff with one hand and my
Rod,
axe with
yep.
the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we moving forward normal or are we trying to be more quiet?
I'm gonna be quiet.
Callan would have gone into as much of stealth mode as he can.
Okay.
Sure.
Theobald. Okay. Let's roll a group stealth check. So everyone roll me stealth.
19.
16.
18.
18. Okay, good. So as you all start quietly moving, Gardosh, the silent one of all of you, not making a sound. As you all move forward. At this point, Gardosh is gone unless you keep bringing him back. I mean, he's been gone so many times. I really, but
Yeah,
anyway. Yeah, you can keep bringing him back as many. It's an invocation, so that's on you. So you quietly are moving through, and as you do, you actually do a few times through the mist and the fog. Start to see shapes. Apparently, nothing has noticed you yet, and you all have been moving carefully through this wax forest, and you start to see all of a sudden these very almost transparent milky white spiders about the size of small dogs coming down the side of a tree that you're less than 10 feet from. And normally when like looking at them where it's like all the eyes, they're just blank, crawling around this way and that. And there's many moments where you're all frozen there and then just kind of you have to will yourself to keep moving and making your way. And just as you get over one of those moments of, something less than 5 feet coming down the tree right next to you, and you're all holding your breath as it crawls down and moves away, you see one humanoid version of one of those, nearly 7 feet tall, come down the side of a tree, walk almost right in front of you. One of the small ones crawls up onto its shoulder, and they keep moving. They have not heard you yet. They have not seen you yet. And you keep moving. Let's have another group stealth check.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh, I want to do animal handling so
Ah,
bad.
crap. That'll be a natural 1.
12.
15.
15. Okay.
12 for Callan.
All right. You keep moving. You all are working your way as quietly as possible and occasionally getting shadowy glimpses of these figures and these spiders. And suddenly you start to realize that you're actually seeing better because there is some light ahead of you. a bright, bright white light coming ahead, which is actually casting the silhouettes of things that you don't even almost need your firelight. And at that moment, when you you guys see, you see this light right then, Theobald steps and his foot breaks through the top layer of one of this wax and drops into just a little kind of drop in the ground and plunges into some wet earth and wax. And immediately the whole forest around you just goes still and quiet.
People will freeze. Try to wave Maven and Callan around him.
Callan will be watching for any reaction to that.
Okay.
Ready with a response.
Roll perception real quick. Maven, what are you doing?
How deep did he go?
Ankle. Like literally just like you broke through a layer and just
It'll make more noise pulling out again, but
I look at him and I kind of gesture with my staff, or my rod, and I move slowly.
thumbs up.
I move slowly forward, keeping an eye out, but I keep going. I trust him.
Okay. Callan, what'd you roll?
I rolled a nat 20, so that's an 18.
Okay. There's no movement. And just as you see that little mimed conversation and Maven keeps moving and you're kind of watching her move, something above your head catches your eye and you see one of those 7-foot humanoid spidery creatures that is slowly coming down the tree right next to Theobald. Theobald does not see it. You do.
Well, we witnessed that they didn't seem to really actually see us last time.
That's what it appeared, yeah.
Callan's going to move as little as possible to stay out of his way, but be ready to strike if it senses, detects, or reacts anyway towards us.
Okay.
Does Theobald see Callan is standing there?
He's paused and frozen. Roll me a wisdom check there, Theobald.
A wisdom save or just a wisdom check?
Just a check.
That'd be a 15.
15? I think that's enough. Kind of, you're looking at him and you're just like, oh, go. What do you... And then you just see his face and you're like, kind of just, without saying it, it's like, it's above me, isn't it? You know? And at that moment, roll me a dexterity saving throw, and I'm giving you a flat because of that little conversation. Callan, you see this thing stop and kind of just, you can see like it's almost trying to sense the air. And then from like carapace mouth that opens up in multiple sections, this stream of that waxy looking fluid material comes shooting out of its mouth. Would you roll there, Theobald?
6.
Okay. And it splashes down on his shoulders. What are you doing? This is all in a moment of...
Yep. So if it still seems like the creature is not actually detecting us,
It detects Theo probably. It feels fairly like it just sprayed that goo on Theo.
Oh, it looked intentional.
Oh yeah, it's like it was picking up, and then yeah, right there.
Is he like, yeah.
Yeah, as he's like,
Hmm.
and then it's above me, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Then
Go.
just
Theobald's gonna pull the cloak off, throw it off to the side.
roll me a percentile, high or low.
I'll go high.
High. So if you roll below a
I rolled a 44.
okay, the cloak took the brunt of that spray. Your cloak, as you tear it off, is encased, especially around the shoulders, in that like wax that is very quickly hardening. And what are we doing? Roll initiative, everybody.
Throwing it one way.
Callan, what you were the one poised on the action. I'll let you get one in before initiative.
right on. Okay. Okay. So Callan is spurned to act, so he must act on his companion's behalf. So adding Booming Blade, I am sneak attacking if I can, the creature with a rapier.
It is still technically 10 feet above
Oh,
Theobald's head. Sorry if I wasn't clear on that. He was coming down.
gotcha.
Sorry.
I thought it was like an alien thing. It was like,
Oh,
right
no.
there.
No, just crawling, coming down, and then you
Okay.
can still change what you were thinking.
Yeah. Is there a chance I can grab Theobald and get him out of that muck?
Roll me a real quick. Let's go just a dexterity check, just for speed of grabbing as he's ripping that cloak off, his foot in this wet goo.
21.
21. Yeah, he hasn't even fully removed it, and you're pulling him out from underneath it, and you guys are starting to move to try to catch up to Maven. Initiative rolls. Maven, what did you get?
14.
14 for Maven.
I hope
Callan,
this is her first combat.
22.
22. And Theo,
21.
21. All right. Let me roll for them. All right. That works out. That's simple. I like simple. All right. The forest now is resumed its sound, as a lot of things are now moving. Callan, you have the top of the initiative. You have just grabbed and are yanking Theobald behind. Maven is ahead, who looks like she is just in the beginning of breaking into a run. What are you doing?
Could I get off a hex on that guy in that last surprise round?
You can now if you want to get one off.
All right.
That was more a reactionary action I was letting you have, and then now it's full initiative.
Got it. All right. So I'm gonna put a hex on that creature and debuff his or drop his dexterity.
Okay. All right. So Hex is out. I got that noted.
That's bonus action.
Yep.
All right. So then action would be how far away is the creature?
At this point, it is roughly 20 feet, just with a little bit of height, and you are in the beginning of moving forward.
All right. Turn back and fire off an Eldritch Blast.
All right.
At his ugly face.
Roll that Eldritch Blast.
Okay. So attack roll 24.
Okay, that hits.
Damage 10 plus Hex. 4. Total of 11.
All right. 11. Just as in a movement, are you moving forward?
Yes.
Okay. Full
Trying to
30.
help
Oh.
Theo get his footing and stuff and move forward.
Yep. 30 feet. So moving forward, just as you kind of just getting Theo moving with you, you turn back, finger gun, bang, and you see it slam into it, knocking it off its perch of the tree and dropping onto its back. And you see a section of one of it, like one of the multiple arms that break off and actually loses one as it lands on its back, but it very quickly with the remaining flips over and is still almost in a, I don't know how many no, what's 7? Anyway,
Septa.
multiple, septa peed mode and is regaining its footing and trying to come after you, but it definitely did feel that hit as one of its limbs was blown completely off. Theobald, you have been righted and are on the move.
Theobald's
There
going
is
to
a
turn
creature behind you.
with the black staff.
Yep.
And try to blast the tree it was in and see if I can blast and knock the tree down onto it with the Eldritch Black Bolt.
Eldritch Black Bolt. Okay. Roll.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay. Roll another d20 for me.
Be a 9.
9. Okay. As you turn and try to unleash that black bolt, you feel that same quivering reluctance. And you feel one of those charges go out.
Okay. The saving throw charges?
No, Maven, she
Oh.
disappeared. You destroyed her.
Whoa.
Yeah, powerful. All right. Are you continuing to move in that direction as Callan moving forward?
Yes.
Okay.
Drop the cloak. Drop the cloak and moving towards, covering these two.
Anything bonus action?
Blah, 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 blah. Not this time.
Okay. Maven, your turn. He just fired, he turned back with the black staff, aimed, and nothing happened. And he looks very frustrated. Meanwhile, Callan did turn around, finger gun, fire one out of the tree, and you are moving forward.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Sorry, my computer is being. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay. So, So, 2 things that you should know. 1, at all times, Maven is surrounded by invisible necrotic spores that are harmless unless I unleash them on a creature nearby. So, that's my halo of spores. When a creature comes within 10 feet of me, as a reaction, I will deal 2d4 necrotic damage. 1, because of my halo of spores, and 2, because I am going to, for my action, channel my magic into the spores around me. Instead of doing a wild shape, I'm going to have them do extra damage.
Okay. So if something comes with you, you just
And
have to
my-
remind me to use your reaction to boom.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. And if I hit anything with a melee weapon, I do an extra d6 poison damage.
Perfect.
Yay.
Okay. So as your action, kind of not even visible to the eye normally, as it's always kind of around you, but as you kind of focus, there is this flutter of almost, whether it be like moths or different insects, all of a sudden just become more visible that are in a spectrum around you as you're moving. And then moving 30 feet, continuing forward.
Huh?
Are you moving your 30 feet, continuing forward? Or are you
Yes.
stopping?
Yeah, I
Okay.
will.
Okay. So everyone's
Well,
moving forward.
That's actually a good question. I'm probably assuming we're going to get surrounded
You already are.
by the
Like
forest.
you're in a
full-
forest.
Yeah.
But there is a light
Okay.
ahead of you.
I'm gonna
And Callan and Theobald are moving toward you.
I'm gonna move towards the light.
Okay. Yep. So
Yes.
everyone's moving the same direction, kind of running and gunning. All right.
Yes.
The creature's turn. Okay, he's moving forward. All right. Distance wise, Theobald, make me a dexterity saving throw.
A 19.
Okay. So and then movement. So okay. All right. So as you're moving, you do as you're kind of in that frustration and like trying to get Black Staff to do the bark bolt, you see another one of those streams come at you and you kind of flinch back and it hits the side of a tree, adding more wax to it. And you all keep moving forward. Callan, you're up, moving forward, getting closer to that light.
Moving forward, firing off another Eldritch Blast at the creature that I have hexed. So Callan's beams of Eldritch Blast, they just kind of look like comet-like projectiles made of scintillating emerald energy accentuated with metallic gold and trailing glittering gold and emerald. And he finger guns and fires one of those right off.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay, that is a 14.
14, that still hits.
Ooh.
Just hits.
And Eldritch Blast damage 9.
Okay.
Hex damage 2. Total of 11 again.
11 again. All right. So as you turn and fire and that all that brilliant light flares out and goes the 30 feet back, 40 feet, and then slams into its chest, you see a hole as it emerges from the other side. And then you see all these tiny little spiders coming out of the wound as it falls forward. More coming out, and you start to hear almost a shriek. Moving forward to the light.
Yes.
Yes. All right, Theobald, your turn.
Do I have a string on the, if I reach to try to use it as a bow? Is the black staff playing nice whatsoever?
You can try.
Okay, I'm going to try.
Okay.
Pull an arrow, try to knock it like I normally would.
Okay.
Attack roll.
Yep, please. Yep, it does.
A
Yep, you're tenuous, and as you knock it, and just, and all of a sudden it flares to light and bends.
Okay, awesome. 23 to hit.
That hits.
That'd be 7 points of damage. Use War Priest to use my bonus action to throw another attack out.
Yep,
That'd be a 14 to hit.
that will hit. Just.
Another 7 points of damage.
So the first one was how much?
7.
7, so 14. Okay. So yeah, as another one falls out of the tree, just a little bit ahead of where the one that Callan fell, you knock 2 arrows and kind of, oh, nope, there it is. Feel that resistance of a string release, and 2 arrows slam into it, and you hear it shriek in pain. Still up, but definitely felt that. And you are hearing other creatures dropping, like smaller, bigger, just falling out of the forest around you. Keep moving. Maven.
Yeah. How far away am I from all this action?
Within range. Other than melee, right now they are just kind of converging.
Okay.
And sound is a big factor, so there's like a little bit of a wake happening right behind you.
Okay. My cat just jumped into my lap, so I'm trying to move everything. I'm looking at my rule book in my lap. I promise I'm not texting. Okay.
Just keep
I'm
moving.
going to keep moving for sure.
Okay.
And then I will I'm gonna conjure animals. I'm gonna conjure, knowing my expertise of animals in the Deadwood. I'm assuming, because I know we have a table for this.
I do have a table for this.
Yes, I'm going to conjure animals.
Okay. Roll
I'm
me a
going to
d4.
one beast of challenge rating 2 or
Nope,
lower.
nope,
Okay.
Nope. It all works out the same. Just depends on the flavor. I've done the math.
All right, that's a 1.
It's a 1.
Yes.
Perfect. So as you just looking around and just getting infuriating, and maybe that's part of it, as you're seeing all these things and you're starting to even notice there are shapes of almost cocoons up in the tree, that maybe this is part of that scoop that is missing from this place.
Mhm.
And you reach out and just think of all the different creatures of the Deadwood that are just all predatory creatures,
Oh no.
and some of the most majestic of them.
Ugh.
And as you're running, moving ahead of you, you kind of just reach out, and out of one of these wax cocoons in a tree, the large shape of a giant skirgelk comes barreling through, jumping over top of all of you and landing in the clearing behind you. And it immediately moves 30 more feet, and the 2 arrows that are sunk into the one that has just gotten fully back up and is moving forward just gets obliterated as it lowers its horns and rams into these unnatural creatures.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Skirgelk. I'm sorry we tried to eat you last time.
I was hoping for a Skirgalk. So
That's number 1.
Suddenly I'm hungry.
Oh God. Okay, cool. And I can command this, right? I can do simple commands.
It recognizes you, and I think mainly is operated by me, but it recognizes you guys as
Yes.
friends, and it understands basic.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool. And he's got his own initiative and everything. You've got all that.
correct. Yep.
Heck yes. I point at him or her, who knows. I point at the Skirgelk and I say, keep them away from us. Please.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never
As
thought
it
I'd reason with one.
as it flings off some of the wax spider off its horn, you just see it just and look back towards the forest of movement.
is it Sven the
salute.
Skirgalk?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Suspense.
you know what? For the sake of time, and we are going to be taking a short break here, as you all keep running forward as quickly as you can, you start to hear the Skirgelk making the somewhere between like an actual elk and like a mountain lion sound. And then the screeching of like arachnid, as you can, the last moment you see as different shapes of these arachnids are landing on it, and all of a sudden you seeing the hairs on its back like a porcupine spring up and impaling these spiders on it as it's running into this wave of smaller spiders. It is a cacophony of shrieks, sound, and death. And we are going to take a very brief break. We might go just a smidgen long tonight, and so we are just making sure everybody has seen the lavatories as needed. Be right back
Perfect
within
timing.
5 minutes.
Should I do the thing?
Yes, please do the thing.
Yeah, do the thing.
Did I do the thing?
I don't know.
know.
Did you do
Did
the
you?
thing?
I think you did the thing.
All right. I'm going to mute, and I am also going to.
Be right back. I'm the first one back, which means I get to be the DM now. Ha ha ha. Come on, Smelly. Come on, Smelly girl. Come here. You do not get to perch on my shoulder all night. That's not nice. They can't see you, but I can. Oh, Christ. Come on. Kim. As soon as I put this back on my lap, you're gonna sit down. Come on. Come on, Kim. Since I'm the first one back, that means I get to be the DM now. And all of the spiders explode, and we get to the thing, and we win. And the dragons are defeated, and that's it. That's all. Game over.
And somehow we set it all on fire.
Yeah.
Did we pause, or are we back?
I have no idea.
Are we back or are we paused?
I do not see us yet.
Okay, I'm just wondering, making sure.
Screen's all wonky now.
I'm just over here being hilarious. So they're missing out on comedy gold.
No, I can hear us.
Oh, good.
Screen is blank.
Neat.
We got a ping, Jerry. Something screwy.
Oh, love boy.
Scott, you got
It's dark in here.
This is the end.
We're cocooned in the wax.
we're going full theater of the mind.
Yep, we're gonna keep moving forward. I have sent Jerry a video issue query, but we're back. So, as you keep moving towards the light through the fog, hearing the cacophony of sound behind you, you suddenly break out of the fog in a clearing. There is in front of you a large ziggurat. And on the top, there is a light, a rainbow borealis of light shooting straight from the top of it, impacting the top of the dome.
Well, there be the looking glass.
And
Perhaps.
at the base, you can see a very large opening, and it leads down. You've all breathing heavily, but the sounds have grown more distant behind you, and it does not seem like you are being pursued at the moment.
Hell
Video
yeah,
is back.
Skirk.
Video's back.
Video back.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry.
So in front of you, the ziggurat with the light shining up and a passage, large passage leading in and down.
Hmm.
Anything in our way?
It is clear, and there is a perfect circle about 50 feet from the base of the ziggurat, where you can see now very clearly the fog is holding around it.
I'm gonna ask Owl to fly in there first, ahead of us, and make a dash for it.
Okay. So Owl takes off.
I mean, right behind Gardosh, but you know.
Yeah. Flies towards the tunnel and then in. Very quickly going down in. Immediately coming down about 100 feet, this tunnel slowly starts to condense down into a doorway that is open. And inside there is a very dimly lit room by just a few braziers.
Well, age before beauty. And I gesture to, and then I just, you know what? I just walk in.
Theobald to be holding up the black staff, a couple arrows ready, watching the back trail, see if anybody's pursuing.
Callan?
How long did it take Owl to check this stuff out?
As kind of everyone's moving forward, mere like less than 30 seconds from that, Theo kind of, all right, turns into a smaller passage, doorway, dim lit braziers, hard to see.
Okay. All right. Let's go, I guess.
Nothing seems to be coming up behind you.
Okay, follow them down.
Okay, you all make your way down. At the doorway, you kind of, or Maven steps in, looking around. In the middle of the room, there is a pedestal. In the middle of the pedestal, there is a very bright, almost diamond-esque stone in the middle, and there are on the corners of this room 4 braziers, very, very dimly lit firelight that is in them. Beyond that, it's kind of it's low enough light that it's kind of hard to see details of this room, maybe 50 feet across each direction.
Hold up.
Can't be this easy.
Theobald is going to reach out, similar to what he did on the docks, and attempt to throw out a Virgo Dolus Prevuris, Maiden Lend Me Your Wiles. I'm reaching out and trying to feel for any traps. Find traps. Spell is find traps.
Okay. Roll me a religion check. I know it's not straight part of the spell, but still.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Gives me a total of 22. Thanks, Catherine.
You get the sense that there is no trap here. There is no
intentionally set. Okay.
But you do feel there is a lot of potential danger here.
I don't think there's any tripwires or anything, but this is not a safe place.
And you said it's dim light in here?
Yeah, you can see enough that, especially you, see enough that on the walls, I mean, they are very plain white marble walls, the floor as well, and the ceiling. The floor is just generally, but very kind of nicely carved, and besides the braziers, the doorway you step through, the middle pedestal with kind of a very glassy diamond-esque stone. And on the other side, a doorway that is shut. Looks like marble stone doorway. That looks the same type of carved archway, but with a stone door.
Now, Callan kind of investigate by, seeing if there's anything to indicate the purpose of why this room is set up the way it is, or
Roll me an investigation.
any indication of anything besides
Yeah.
what's physically here. Okay, investigation 18.
18. Looking around, you like this room is like almost like knowing that it's bare in a way of like, this isn't bare because this is an empty room. It's like there is purpose here, even if you can't see what it is. And even going towards the pedestal and stuff, you looking at it more carefully, there is almost an onset recess below the stone that it almost looks like a push button type of situation.
I inform my fellow crew members of that. And then is there any way I can probe about it without triggering it
Yeah.
more?
Throw me like a thieves tool check.
All right, so that's a dirty 20.
You are confident that if you push down on this stone, something would be triggered.
I'm pretty confident that if we push down on the stone right here,
Theobald will freeze and just watch and just look at him like, like, is he like? I want to when he pushes it. I want to move. I want to be ready to move again.
no, I'm not going to push it. No. Let's
Telling you that if it
yeah. But just right here. That's all I'm seeing.
I want to inspect the door, the closed door.
roll me an investigation.
I'm gonna pull up. I need to have these numbers memorized, but I don't.
It's fine.
$22. Not 20.
It is a very solid, like if it wasn't for the fact you could see the carving of the archway that is the exact same that you just walked through,
Mhm.
you'd say this is 100% flush, no seams, kind of like it's part of the wall. This is just a decorative archway. But at the bottom, you can see the just slightest hint of a seam where it's like, this is a door. It is very solid. It is like you do any kind of tapping checks, like anything. It's like, this is like, this could be many feet thick. Like, this is solid. This is wall, not this,
Right. Okay.
And even inspecting the archway where you came in,
Mhm.
you can see just the slightest hint of a seam at the top of it where it's like, okay, that could shut too.
Okay. Well, if I were a betting person, I would say hitting that button would trap us in here and open that door. And we don't know what's on the other side, if that is the case.
Spatially wise, are we like in the center of the ziggurat? Or how big is the ziggurat? Are we just kind of in the?
It's, I mean, very large. Think like, off the top of my head, like Chichen Itza, big. And you are probably only 100 feet kind of diagonally down into it.
So not to the center of the.
No, you are not.
I think we need to. I think this is. And is there a light coming up out of this?
No, there's
No,
only the
there's just
dim
a
light
stone.
from the low lit, kind of almost candlelight flames coming from these 4 braziers in the corner.
Theobald's going to take another closer look at the rock thing on the pedestal there.
Roll me an investigation.
Not great. 10.
It is a very, very pretty. It's not diamond. It's not pearl. It's somewhere in between of like a very precious stone that seems to almost have an opalescence and like almost iridescent quality within itself. But
Is it
it's not.
reflective?
Sure.
I don't think this is it. I think this
No.
is a decoy.
I say we press the button. And if we're squashed to death or the walls close in. Well, wait. Wait.
How
Sorry.
far?
In all of my history deep diving lore searching for this, did I learn about ancient trap making?
Roll me a history check with disadvantage. Because even your voice said, I probably shouldn't get this.
Okay, well, the first one, that's a 19.
Okay.
That one is a 9.
9. Okay. So you have heard of traps being in ancient ruins and deep, dark caverns and things like that. And
Mhm.
you're not, and you lived in the Deadwoods, orcs and, dragoons and people make traps.
Mm-hmm.
It's not unheard of. There are different triggering mechanisms. Callan has identified that though we don't know 100% what this thing does, this pushing it down will initiate it. You've heard from Theo that says through whatever guiding spirits he's listening to, this room is not trapped, though there is inherent danger everywhere within this ziggurat.
I say press it.
So while we're ruminating on what to do, Callan has at least started the ritual for Unseen Servant.
Okay.
And then maybe my invisible friend can help here.
Sure.
If you're willing to be
Wait,
patient.
yeah. Group, are we being patient or is somebody pressing?
I'm just happy to not be chased by giant spiders for a minute. I'm okay.
Okay.
I okay.
I'll inside the other archway area, just listening up that tunnel.
Okay.
In the room, but listening up the tunnel.
Yep. All right. Anything else for 10 minutes unless something triggers?
I'm
Okay.
probably going to be trying to peek under the door, but I know that I can't because it's tiny.
Cool.
Area.
Yeah, correct. Roll me a perception with advantage, Theobald.
For Owl would be a 18.
Okay, perfect. All right. Over the course of the next 10 minutes, there is no sound coming from the passage you took down here. Callan, you successfully cast ritually Unseen Servant, and you get the sense of an unseen assistant nearby. And Maven, that door be shut.
Damn it.
All right, so Callan will probably, how far into the room is the pedestal and the
Wall to
braziers?
wall in every direction and floor to ceiling, it's 50 feet.
Okay.
So if you stand against a wall, you're 25 feet from the middle.
Yeah, I wonder if it's not wise to just stand in the doorway that we came in or a little behind it. And then I'll have the Unseen Servant go up and check stuff out. I should do the pressure plate, but I'll have it like make contact with the pearl in the middle or whatever it is.
Mhm.
The orb.
Yep. the stone.
First,
So first question, is
Mhm.
everybody listening to that suggestion of being in the doorway or outside the doorway, or are we all in the room? Question one.
I will be in the doorway.
In the doorway for Maven.
Yes.
Well,
Theobald?
in the room.
In the room. Callan?
yep, I'll be a little beyond the threshold of the doorway.
So just outside.
Is an area that generally looks, safe-ish.
So you basically send the command to the unseen servant, just touch the stone.
Yes.
You get the feeling of an invisible thumbs up.
Okay.
Nothing
Now-
has changed.
All right. Well, now I'll have it try to jump on the pressure plate.
Jump on or push.
Push.
Okay. All of you see the stone sink down and immediately start to hear a slight grinding sound as all 4 braziers in each corner flare up, so you can see very clearly this room. It is exactly as I described, all white marble everywhere. And slowly the door where that it was open starts to shut.
Callan,
I
are you
told
outside?
you.
Dive. Last second dive.
All right,
Don't forget the hat.
you dive in,
In, yes.
and it is still slowly shutting. It is the slow
Yeah.
steamroller. Stop.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like staring at the door like,
I should have waited longer.
Not
I,
the dramatic.
David,
should
you're in the doorway watching it very slow. Like this is no danger.
I put my I
Does
put
anybody
the
have a penny?
hilt of my hand axe on the floor in between the threshold.
Okay.
And try to use it as some sort of a wedge
Okay. Perfect.
situation.
So you kind of step in and then just kind of put it there so that you can prop it.
Or see what
Uh,
it does anyway.
So it keeps going down, hits the axe and immediately snaps it. You pull
I
your
liked
hand
that
back
axe.
and it is smashed to the point where it's like, if there's an axe there, it is paper thin.
That was my favorite axe. All
The
right.
flames in the braziers light up more, and now you can see against the wall that has the outline where the wall is, there is an outline of a very ornate script. Like imagine drawing the outline maybe like above Callan and Theo's head of a dragon. An outline.
Oh, here there be dragons. Oh, goodness gracious. Why did I think it would be easy? It's never easy.
Round 1. The outline of the dragon is visible. You can all see it is a white marble room with 4 braziers, the middle pedestal that is being held down by an unseen servant, and that outline of a dragon.
Go over to the other door that was on the opposite side and push at it, pull at it.
Nothing. Round 2. The heat rises. You can start to feel as the flames are still slowly growing in intensity. You can actually start to feel the temperature of this room rising. You can actually even feel in the stone under your feet warming up.
Okay.
Round 3, the flames shift and start to turn a slightly bluish hue. The temperature is increasing even more, and the outline of the dragon is starting to fill in with this silvery blue-green layer to it, starting from the bottom of the picture of a dragon. So literally take the picture we're looking at and start to fill it in like a level of fullness.
So this is an outline on the wall
Above the archway.
above the archway.
Yep.
Above the archway for the closed door or
The
the one that
closed-
just closed.
The closed door that was closed the whole time.
Okay.
Okay. The heat continues to rise. It is getting warm in here. Everyone roll me a constitution saving throw.
Loon's cloak would have been helpful about now.
Yep.
Bracers.
22.
22 for Callan.
Mm-hmm.
18.
18 for Maven.
8.
8 for Theobald. You're going to take 2 heat damage, Theobald, as just the heat is, it's it's getting warm. It's not bad. It's not great. You're feeling it though. You got more armor than everybody else though. Let's be honest.
Yep.
You feel that.
I don't like this. This is, the closed door. Is there seams around it?
Just the barest hint of one. It's like it's barely visible unless you literally get down there and look at it.
But they're there. The merest
Next.
crack.
Next
Theobald
round.
is going to cast.
Hold on. Next round. The stones start to reveal on the walls that a few different places they actually start to slide open where you didn't even see seams. They slide open and moving in 4 different, one on each wall. Sliding in are these, they look like diamonds, basically slide into place from each wall. What was that, Theobald?
Theo's going to cast Bless on the 3 of us.
Okay.
Instead our Inhabitator. So we're adding 1d4 to our savings throws and any attack rolls.
Yep.
As long as he can maintain it.
Hashtag blessed. All right. The heat continues. The next round, the flames start to grow larger even yet, starting to actually get and reach the ceiling and starting to scorch the actual ceiling of the marble. Everyone roll me another constitution saving throw.
It's a test if you could stand the dragon.
It is a 14.
Okay, 14 for Callan.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for Maven.
Theobald is a 7.
You're going to take 5 more heat damage. It is getting hot in here.
second.
Can
Keep going. I'll be just.
Yep.
Callan has a potion of gaseous form. Can
Mhm.
he use that and try to squeeze through the door and find something?
You may
Anything.
certainly try.
Okay.
Okay. You drink the potion.
Mm-hmm. I'm a cloudy mist.
Next round, as you start to move towards the seam in the door, all of a sudden the room starts to flash in strobe lights.
Ooh, party. Maybe I should stay.
And you drop at the bottom of the door.
All of us?
No longer in gaseous form.
Correct.
Like he coalesces.
He turned
body
into a
again.
gaseous form of just a cloud started to, you see it coalesce moving towards the bottom. And then all of a sudden you see him on a heap on the ground. And the lights stop flashing for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
The dragon is now half filled. The flames continue to glow brighter, shifting from a blue now into a white, as they are no longer fire, almost like a torch from a acetylene torch burning the top of the marble ceiling. Everyone roll me a constitution saving throw.
Jeez.
7.
Don't forget your D4s.
Yep.
We're blessed.
Oh, I forgot last time. Oh, well.
24.
Nice. That's an
24,
it's an 11 now.
11,
Theobald takes a 4.
4. Okay. Oof. Oof.
Let me know when I have an action here.
Speak. Every time I'm doing a thing, I'm letting you guys say things. I'm just not waiting forever.
Theobald's going to press the heart leech.
Okay. Squeeze that heart leech as you
A little
take
adrenaline rush.
11 damage from the heat. Callan and Theobald.
Okay.
Maven,
I'm tanning. I'm feeling
yeah,
good.
you feel the heat. It is oppressive, but whether it be being of elven heritage or just your time in the Deadwood, which, let's be honest, it's never a picnic. You're suffering this quite well.
Alan's got an action.
I do too. You go first.
Callan, what are you
Okay.
doing after you took that damage?
Callan is transforming into someone else, namely Queen Sorva, and heading for that orb in the middle of the room, yelling commands at it to knock this off.
Okay. So you walk forward. Roll me a persuasion check. Commanding this pedestal and this stone. I am your master.
25.
25. Excellent. Theobald, what are you doing?
Other than taking the heart leech,
Yep. Well, I want to know the points you took basically after the damage.
I got +7. Back.
7 back. Okay.
So I'm at 17.
Okay. Maven, what are you doing? Oh, sorry.
I can pump that. Oh, that's a bonus action to pump that, right?
Yeah, but you can take an action and pump it again.
I'm going to take an action and pump it again.
Okay. Rome, I got to do that for you. Yep, it rolled good. It's still fine.
That gives me another. Where did that guy just had it? That gives me another 13.
Okay. Oh, good. Maven, what are you doing?
So I hold my hands up in front of me and just say whoosh, which casts for me warding wind. Strong wind, 20 miles an hour, blows around you in a 10-foot radius and moves with you, remaining centered on you. The wind lasts for the spell's duration, which is 10 minutes. The wind has the following effects. It deafens you and other creatures in its area, extinguishes unprotected flames in its area that are torch-sized or smaller, hedges out vapor, gas, and fog that can be dispersed by strong wind. I should have used this earlier. The area is difficult terrain for creatures other than you. Sorry, guys. And the attack rolls of ranged weapons attacks have disadvantage if the attacks pass in or out of the wind. So I'm trying to help extinguish some of those flames since I'm loving this heat, but they are not.
Correct. Yeah. So, as Callan steps forward, shouting at the stone, now looking like Queen Sorva, Theo is just squeezing that heart leech. Just, guys, it's really hot, you know. And Maven starts to call for like Storm from the comics, calling up wind, spinning, trying to help disperse this heat, even if it's just outward. The strobe lights flash again. The wind stops. Callan looks like Callan.
Shit.
And the flames now turn into plasma shooting towards the ceiling. Everyone roll me another Constitution saving throw.
19.
I would like to roll an inspiration.
You may.
Me too.
You may.
There we go.
That's better.
19.
26.
You all continue to deal with the heat. It is to the point where it is hard to breathe. The dragon is almost completely full. Any actions or continue?
Can I angrily throw my flask up and hope that it like turns into a sprinkler system?
You may.
Theobald is going to be moving towards the other door, the closed door, There's definitely a door. Not right in front of it, but just off to the side of it, getting ready to, or he's thinking that this door is going to open.
The door that you know is a door, or the door that was a door?
So we
Sorry
walked in
if
the door,
Yep.
and then there's a closed door right opposite from it, underneath the dragon sigil.
Yep.
He's going to be standing close to that one,
Okay.
but not right in front of it.
Okay. Fair.
How's my rat doing in the heat?
Yeah, Owl's probably not. Owl's probably gone at this point.
Yeah, both of them have.
Wait, that means my husband's dead.
Well, he's still your familiar. You can bring him back.
Can I? Okay. Okay.
He's your familiar.
Well, yeah, true, but he's also
Yeah.
a literal rat
I
that
get
was a
it,
person.
but you did weird druid shit to him.
That's true. That's true. I kind of do love the idea of him just exploding,
Yeah,
but maybe
no.
one day.
And maybe even on your shoulder when you thought of like, and you pull him out, and he was protected inside, and then Owl, you never like you've been dealing with your own stuff that you in this moment dealing with heat go like, oh shit, Owl, and just nope, Owl's not there, and the flash of lights again.
Okay.
Did the water help?
No, it did not. I forgot. Roll me, everyone, this round. I've forgotten every single round. Callan and Theo, both of you make me basically concentration checks because I forgot to make you make that every single round.
Oh, Bless is gone.
14.
Okay. Callan, you're good.
Oh, I didn't take. Let's see. I took how much damage? I took 11 damage at one time.
Yep. As
Yeah,
long
no.
as it's above a 10, you're fine.
Yeah, no, Bless is gone.
Okay. Bless is
It's a
gone.
6 plus
Okay.
2.
Yeah.
So unseen servant still up?
Unseen servant still
Oh, that's
up.
not concentration. Okay.
And you can still issue commands.
All right. Well, I want him to try to, knock them flames out somehow. Give it a shot.
So you want him to move like I'm basically in this last moment because I forgot for multiple rounds. Do you want him to go and do something, or what was like?
Hold steady. Hold steady.
Like Callan, he doesn't
Yes.
get a choice. What were you doing in your reactions of everything that was happening? I forgot to do multiple rounds. That's my fault.
Yep. I was going to have the unseen servant pick up the flask and try to douse the water on the flames in a pathetic attempt to try to do something with it.
Okay, you throw it to him. Make me an acrobatics check just to throw it to him accurately. If it's above or below a 15, it's not to this invisible person.
It's exactly a 15.
So luckily, boom, in midair, and then you see, and droplets of water as they come out of the flask immediately start to turn to steam. And it's just like, you get this look of like someone's looking at it being like, it's not working, And then all of the fire, everything goes down to a reasonable level. And the door that was a wall slowly starts to open. And that immediate air difference as steam just rolls in a cloud as the door opens.
So not the one we came into coming down.
The one underneath the dragon picture, which is now fully glowing in a iridescent kind of bluish green fluctuating light.
All right. Okay. So Callan's convinced that
Well done, by the way, everyone. I've used this before and it does not go this smoothly.
Callan's convinced the unseen servant dousing little droplets of water on the flames must have done it.
No, did you say dousing on the flames or on the pedestal? Because you threw it to him at the pedestal.
Yeah, at the pedestal, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, that too.
You got so
In
excited
a
for it.
parallel world, you all are still trapped in that room.
Yes, that what you said.
Yeah, I misunderstood, I guess. Because
Well,
you're throwing
you know,
it to him and he was holding the button.
mhm.
You
Yeah.
solved my fire puzzle.
The heat was just intense. We were all confused,
You can throw it in the air anywhere. It doesn't really matter.
Sprinklers,
Okay.
schminklers.
A very long hallway leads in front of you, and immediately you can see there are what looks to be tree roots emerging from the wall right outside of the frame of the door, going down the length of this long hallway, and then starting to turn into what looks like carvings of tree roots and plants, and going further down.
Do I recognize any of these carvings?
Yes, they look like tree roots and plant life that has turned from real plant life into carvings of plant life going further down the hallway. I won't even make you roll for that.
I meant like type, but yeah, fair.
Oak, pine, it doesn't matter.
How
Okay.
The
narrow
DM
is
is telling you the actual breed of tree does not matter.
Yeah.
How narrow
Sorry.
is this tunnel down
okay.
further into the earth?
It is 10 feet wide by 10 feet tall.
All right,
And
so
it
not
keeps
triggering
going,
my
but it's
claustrophobia.
straightforward. No, you're aware of it, but no, it is not making it like a nope.
All right,
All right.
all right.
Are we moving forward?
Yep.
We'll
Yeah.
What
head
is the
in.
marching order? Or are we all
I've
Please
got
together,
the most
arm
hit
in arm.
points. I can go first. I enjoyed that sauna experience.
I'm up almost to full again. I'm looking pretty good for the
Yeah, I
moment.
think,
Maybe a little jittery, but with the adrenaline rush.
well, Callan's gonna hit the heart leech because he's a little
Okay.
down there.
Roll those hit points.
Okay.
Or yeah.
Go. Okay.
Remember, first one's a free one, then the other one is taking from your hit die.
Right. So 10 total.
Okay. All right. You start moving down. Maven taking the lead.
Yep.
Next,
Callan.
Callan, and then Theobald. Are you marching, or is there any space between? Because I do need to know. I apologize.
I think Callan would kind of want to be up front too, but defers to Maven when she goes up front.
So close by each other.
Yeah.
Within 5 feet or 10 feet.
Theo will give him about 10 feet.
Okay. Perfect. So
So I just don't shoot anybody by accident when I start firing off.
all of you, because as you move down this tunnel, it's close enough to each other. It doesn't really matter. Everyone make me a Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20. Total of 22.
16.
That is just 16 too.
Okay, perfect. Keep moving down. You've now getting it's still living plant work along the walls and the ceiling.
Is it all dark all the way down?
Nope. Ironically, there is no torchlight, but imagine you're walking down that white marble tunnel, and there's an unknown source that lights it perfectly the entire way. There is no visible light source, but it is all very clearly seen.
Okay.
You keep moving. Everyone roll me another Constitution saving throw. Basically, every time I say a con check, you're doing a con saving throw for the next couple rounds.
11.
15.
5.
Maven, what'd you get?
11.
Okay, everyone roll me a d10 real quick.
I know which one that looks like. I found it. 7.
3.
3.
Okay. You keep moving. You started to see now, and Maven, probably the closest of all, you're paying the most attention. You can start to see the plant life is looking dried out. You can see it is all looking brittle, old, not leafy in any way. Everyone, roll another con save.
Eight.
10.
19.
Callan, Maven, roll me a d10.
4.
9.
Do we know that we're making these con saves? Do we feel like anything?
No, you
Just
do
trying to
not.
figure out if Theobald would trigger out another blast or not, but apparently not.
Nope. I'm well aware of that idea, and I get what you're saying, but no.
Okay, that's fine.
Actually, Theobald, seeing as you brought it up, roll me a perception check. Because this time you made that save. Why not?
That'd be a dirty 20.
Okay, so as you're walking, you notice Callan is starting to look, just as he's walking, he just looks a little stiffer. Like the way he's walking. Like, I guess the best way I can say is that, like, you remember your 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when you hit
Well,
your...
I mean, maybe kind of.
No,
sort
I'm
of.
talking
Some of them.
to Chris. Chris, you remember your 20s.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is, yeah,
Okay.
maybe sort of some of them. Yeah.
And then, you hit deep enough into your 30s where, like, just, playing with your kids. And then the next day you woke up.
Okay.
There's just a stiffness in him of, like, he's not walking as loosely and normally as he normally is. All right. Everyone will make me a con save.
Can Theobald?
Yeah, you can finish that thought as soon as everyone rolls.
Dirty 20.
14.
17.
Okay. What was that thought? As you're all walking, what was that thought?
It's gonna throw. How long is this? Is this taking longer than a minute to be doing these walking?
Yes.
Okay. You're just gonna. Something's happening to us.
Something just did happen to us. We almost got baked.
No, something's happening to us the closer we go down towards this.
By the way, as Callan turns around and looks at you, he looks older.
We're aging.
If I get wrinkles by the end of this, I'm suing.
Or Theobald, look. Do I notice the roots?
Yeah, they're now starting to look like they're turning into that stone.
It's sucking the life out.
There's beauty in decay, but there's no beauty in
This
this.
is petrified.
Well, then
Callan, you might be the one making it out of this one. No offense to Maven. I don't know how old Maven is.
Fair
but I
enough.
know Callan's a young kid.
hey, I got an idea. Why don't you borrow this ring? If there's no life to take, then there's no life to get sucked away. Huh?
Well, go ahead and put it on, Callan.
The bone ring.
Go ahead and
No?
put it on.
Maven?
I Am I also looking older? Are we all looking older? I look at both of them.
Theobald spent the most time with Callan, so I don't know that he would.
All right. Well, guess it'll be me. I'll put the bone ring on and try to
Now
work
you look
these-
old.
work
Now you
this
look really old.
stiff form into a kind of a dance, you know. All right. Let's go.
You all keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Everyone make me con save.
At
Oh.
20, 23.
15.
4.
Theobald, Maven, make me a D10.
Look
6.
how many years they're taking off of our life. I think that's a 6. Yes.
Okay. You all keep moving. They have turned, the vines and everything have turned into complete stone. Make me another con save. You can tell you're getting close to the other end. You can see an opening coming up.
19.
18.
13.
Theo, roll me another D10.
4.
Now that you're all aware of it, Theobald is starting to look pretty old. Like he's even starting to struggle with his armor and everything on him. His cheeks are sunken. Hair is now completely white.
Uh,
Everyone
I
roll me
take him
another.
under the
What?
elbow. So, I'm
No,
sorry.
real
I
quick.
was gonna help you along. Take you under
Are you
the.
leaning on the
elbow.
black staff a little more?
Oh yeah, definitely leaning on that black staff. And
I got it.
Maven kind of comes trying to help you. And even as you say, got it, she might not be letting you got it. Everyone roll me another con save.
6.
21.
19 again.
Okay. Callan, Theo, roll me a D10. It keeps going up.
8.
4. Is the hour that since Unseen Servant's been summoned
Oh,
over yet?
ironically, the second you think about that, you can't remember when you casted it. And then you start to ponder that idea and think about, I'm still not hungry. And I don't know how long it's been. Or tired. I know it's been longer than like a day. Oh, this is screwed up. One last Constitution saving throw, everybody, as you approach the other end of this tunnel.
12.
20. Dirty
6.
20.
What was that, Theobald?
6.
Everyone roll me a D10.
4.
7.
Okay. Give me one brief moment. Theobald, remind me, because I have a rough idea, if I remember without looking at my notes. How old were you when you started this? You were 50?
41.
Oh, 41. Okay, I thought you were 50. Okay. You're now the physical age.
70.
No, 62. If you were 41, it's 62.
I got a 3, a 6, a 4, an 8, and a 7.
3, a 6, a 4, 8, and a 7. Maybe I didn't add that 7. 6 plus 4 plus 8 plus 7.
It's 28.
Nope,
by
I
my
did
count.
not. Nope. Yep, you're right. I did not add that 7. I apologize. Plus 4. Plus 4. How old were you, Callan?
20.
35
Gross.
physically. No, hey.
Gross.
And then I could add this up, Maven, but for you with your elven heritage, you really haven't noticed.
Great.
Like you might have like where you had laugh lines, just slightly more, noticeable, but like other than that, you didn't really notice that horribly. So yeah, good to be elven.
Young and beautiful.
As you all make it out, I'd say Theobald is definitely the most noticeable of that. He is undertaken quite a bit out of this. And you walk into this brightly lit room with no evident, source of light. That from the archway to your left, in a circular pattern all the way around to the other side of the archway, is a panoramic wall etching, engraving / painting of a scene that is quite extravagant. And at the far end of it is this large two-sided open mirror that is framed in dark metal with tinges of like it's silver with green from age, like patinaing, and at the top of the frame you can see there is the shape of like all this scrawling and fancy artwork like of a squinting eye, and in the middle is this chrome silvery platinum eye inset into it. And the mirror is aged, so it's not even 100% reflective. It's almost that like
Spiderweb cracked.
yeah, not cracked, but more of like that foggy glass. Looking around, everyone roll me a perception check real quick.
8.
Devin.
24.
Theobald, ironically, maybe with your age and looking at
Wisdom.
the finer detail, the wisdom and the details. All of you see this, and I'll fill in the details for you, Theobald. You see an artwork scaling around of small cities and things falling from the skies and forms and the dragon gods appearing and being worshipped by masses. Theobald, you see small cities on the ground and people worshiping the heavens. You see comets falling from the sky. Cities then growing from those explosions into the ground, and now cities floating in the sky, and people now praising themselves as well as the heavens. Then countless forms, barely mentioned, but you can see the shadowy shapes in the carvings that are coming both down and from the ground, from the skies and from the ground, shapes flying in the sky. Then you see cities crashing to the earth and burning, people fleeing. And then specifically 6 dragons that are being praised by the people, with a dragon shape in the distance falling from the heavens to the ground. And the dragons being raised up on a pedestal by the people as they consume them and as they are being revered and praised. Those are the finer details in this mosaic of carvings and chaos that you're picking up specifically. As a cursory glance is what everybody else picked up. You're seeing the finer details.
I'll be pointing out the flying cities to Callan. Callan, that's like Elendil.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that it's pointed out, you see it.
And that reminds me of some of the things I heard about as a youth in my very young age. Is there any text? That's what Callan would probably be looking for. Any text or details that.
It is artistic to the extreme. There is no written word anywhere in this room.
Okay. So if Theo cues him up to something like that, I think Callan would be looking for anything that is reminiscent of Terrafin and what his place might be in this whole.
Roll me an investigation check. With we'll just go flat.
Okay, so 24.
24. Your eye keeps getting drawn towards the beginning where you see people looking up to the heavens, and then kind of across the room back towards the dragon gods being praised as gods. Like there's some difference, like clear difference of like praising above, not specifically at the sun or something like that, just praising the glory that is above. And then specifically worshiping the dragon gods. Like you're not getting a specific Terrafin, but you're also getting a sense of Terrafin maybe, or something like that of the above, something from beyond, something that is not them specifically.
Okay.
How big is the mirror? Sorry, good.
Oh, sorry.
But
How
no.
well does this go with what I know of the history I've studied? Is there anything here that I would recognize, or more importantly, what I wouldn't?
With Theobald pointing out, like Theobald, how much of that are you communicating? Like there's a certain amount of shock that I would think of the detail in this that you picked up. Like how much are you really describing?
I'll give him the 50%, right? Theobald's just pointing it out, but
bullet points.
He's kind of bullet points, and he's kind of like just he's being drawn towards the mirror. So I'll point out the broad strokes of what I'm seeing there. But
okay. Then Maven, worshiping something beyond the dragon gods is interesting. Things falling from the sky is interesting. Cities that flew is crazy interesting. The forms in the skies and all that stuff, that kind of references like the dark times of demons and every other known who knows what. Cities crashing to the earth, a little unknown. Then the dragon gods coming and being praised, that makes sense. And the alarming, except for the vision maybe with silly of the dragon gods being praised as they eat mortals. Like it makes sense and also is alarming. Like there's kind of like 50-50 of like that's new and alarming, as well as that fits and yet is askew, you know.
Right.
So what for what we're looking at, basically looks like a timeline.
It looks like a version of a timeline, yeah, in a very artistic manner.
So the nature of the link between people worshiping the whatever before, and then the people worshiping the dragon gods. The people worshiping before, that doesn't look the same on this mural as it looks with the dragon gods. Like they're not. We understand that they're being consumed in some manner by the dragon gods. Does it look like that in the before times?
No.
Okay. And Callan's gonna go start playing around with that mirror.
Okay, as you move towards it, Theobald, to explain, it is in two sections, two like separate mirrors, almost like they're on a folding hinge. Are it is probably 15 feet, and then each section is probably about 6 feet wide.
How about that chrome disc?
Big.
Chrome disc.
The eye.
Oh, the eye. That is on set at the very, very top of that, in between, and that is probably the size of someone's fist looking up at it.
That's what we're after.
Just the eye? Because this
Oh, yeah.
looks like a dragon-sized mirror. I don't know.
As you're all like looking at that and approaching it, behind you, Callan, you specifically, it seems familiar.
Probably.
Well, hello. Why are you all here? Why are you on my island in my temple? As you turn around, you all, Maven, you're familiar with the statue, see Queen Sorva. Hands clasped in front of her, her white silver hair, elongated elven ears, smiling brightly at all of you.
I didn't mean to say that out loud. Forehead on the ground.
Oh, Queen Sorva.
Hello, Callan.
I chalk it up to the lure of adventure. Why would we not be here?
Looking towards you, Theobald, for your reaction. She seems pleased by Maven's.
I read all your books.
Theobald will just stand. Blackstaff. He'll thump the Blackstaff.
She'll eye up and down once. She looks down at Maven and she's like, stand up, dear.
And I scramble up.
So you're in a far off place that you had no business knowing about, truly. And Callan, tut tut, you did not tell me you were interested in here. Granted, I never asked, so I can't blame you too much. But I must ask now, why are you here on my island and in this temple? Everyone make me a wisdom saving throw. As you can feel in your essence, something reverberating against you, just to answer.
17.
Would like to burn an inspiration point.
If you would like.
Be a 24 this time.
Okay. Maybe.
That is a 16 plus 18.
Theobald, you hold. You feel it vibrating against every fiber against you. Callan, Maven, you feel impelled to tell why you're here on her island in her temple.
Do we have agency of how we say it?
As long as it's in a, I want to answer her right now.
Ooh, I'm your biggest fan, and I know about your mirror.
Oh, I'm so glad you are so interested in me, Queen Sorva. And it's a wonderful story. And just like everything else in my life, you might have already started to understand that. It started as a series of
Callan,
incidents
we've
in
done
which
a lot of conversation. I'd like a briefer answer, please. Why are you here on my island in my temple? Briefly.
because someone told me it was a fool's errand, and that's all I needed to know.
Fair. Why do you want my mirror?
I look into her eyes. What color are they?
They are silvery green.
Honestly, I didn't really have a fully formed opinion on why I wanted your mirror until I looked at this and point to the dark side of the mural.
Mhm.
You
Uh,
have beautiful eyes.
She does, doesn't she?
Mhm.
She looks towards Theobald. You're interesting. Why do you want my looking glass? Do any of you realize where you are and who you're talking to? Actually, I see, and kind of, Callan, as you say, like, yes, you've seen some artwork here, fun interpretations.
We're looking for the
Hooked up
rule
with the
breakers.
dragon.
Okay, I heard you, Theo. What did you say, Maven?
I just whisper, "Oh my God, Callan, you hooked up with the dragon."
You see her eye twitch just the slightest bit. Ah. You see her hands no longer folded in front of her. She just kind of relaxes them. So, am I to believe you understand fully of who I am?
I'm really disappointed. I read all your books and I was really hoping you'd be cool and maybe ask me to live with
No,
you.
when she says shh, you actually can't speak anymore. Like everything is silent as you. She's like, I apologize. Unfortunately, you're talking far too much right now.
Uh, Queen Sorba, actually, I've been in a little bit of denial on exactly that point, because if I were to accept that, and as I'm seeing here on that mural, as grand and glorious as the station you've secured for yourself is, it is dependent on the misery of literally millions. So you can see why it's kind of hard for me to accept that about someone I find so charming.
I understand. And it would seem that way for someone in your position. And all I can tell you is I did enjoy our time together. And that should be more than enough for you. You were lifted up from all those millions for one moment. Enjoy that spot in that moment of time. I helped you. You distracted me. That should be enough. But I must ask, let's say you had my mirror. What do you want with it? All of you make wisdom saving throws, because there is definitely force behind these words.
And
20.
Can Theobald pulse the Blackstaff?
You could potentially use another charge. It would give advantage for everyone.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Do
If I
that.
can, if the Blackstaff will allow us.
It still has a charge. Roll me a religion or an arcana check.
Arcana check goes a 15.
Let me roll. Oh, I rolled it at 20. Oh, hey, Catherine. Thank you. Aurora Borealis set. Yes, you may use a charge. Everyone has advantage now on those saves. So roll one more time.
21.
21.
25.
all right, 10 again. Same.
Ooh,
24.
24. Theobald, you feel that reverberation? It does not move you as you feel the reluctant as it's been in this moment. You hear that almost audible word of covenant, balance, and you are not moved. Callan, Maven, again, in plain words, what do you want to do with her mirror if you would have it?
I want to break the system so I can exploit new opportunities.
Maven?
Save everyone.
Able to speak up at that point.
She
I
looks
don't-
slightly puzzled and then looks to you as you speak.
I don't know you an explanation.
Interesting. And she keeps eyeing you, Theobald. She's like, I have not in many, many, many years met someone able to hold the tongue as you have. So you are here, you are after, and she kind of looks towards the mirror. My mirror. And you want to save the world, some of you for your own gains potentially, but I'm assuming, and you can nod if I'm right, a ritual of sorts. Excellent. You may have my mirror. And she'll kind of gesture towards it, and this large, huge mirror starts to shut and move towards her, like grabbed like through telekinesis, and folds and shrinks on itself, and it turns into a palm-sized hand mirror that closes. And she holds it out, looking at you, Theobald, and she just, you seem to have your wits most about you. Yeah, with my blessing.
Theobald will hold his hand up for it.
And she'll kind of shake it, waiting for you to come to her. Come.
Are you tired of this game already?
I have lived very long. The game is always enjoyable, no matter how long it lasts. And I've learned to savor the little moments, fleeting as your lives may be. Oh, and she kind of looks at you all again and just waves her hand. All of you physically feel much younger. Maven, not as much. Callan, Theobald, you both now feel normal again. Also, all of the physical burns and everything you felt from before, even the heat damage that you never took, Maven, it's all gone.
Theobald will reach and take the mirror from her.
It's one of those things where as you grab it, she doesn't let go. You got to pull it from her fingers. And she's just being playful.
Slowly pull it from her. Keep my eyes on hers.
Yep, with my blessing.
Why are you here?
Oh, nothing in here is actually real. It's all up here. If you're able to withstand it, nothing happens. But if not, your mind only makes it as real as it was. But you have been gone for so many weeks. Where did you want the ritual? I'm assuming you have to do this in Dragonlock, correct?
Yes. Are we still compelled to tell the truth?
No, it was in those moments when she specifically, but at this moment, she's resuming her normal charm, and she knows what you know to a certain extent.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. I'll expedite you.
Why?
You have to be there. Oh, why? What, dear?
What? You? Why would you help us? This doesn't make it.
It
Why
must
wouldn't
be-
I help you?
Why would you?
It helps me
How?
to create a brighter future for mortals.
Alan's crying. Queen Sorba, that is such a beautiful perspective. Truly, you have cultivated quite the wisdom over your hundreds and hundreds of years. I only wish that I could be
No.
wise enough as you someday.
No.
And don't sell yourself short. You didn't bring me up from the bottom, the depths. You really enjoyed a moment too, because if you know anything about the Fool, in every mystical translation of the Fool's number is 0. And if you divide something by 0, it's not nothing. It's undefined. And that means unlimited potential. So consider yourself lucky too.
She actually steps forward and just puts like the back of her hand down the side of your cheek. And she's like, I did choose well with you.
No matter what happens, I look forward to seeing you again in the future. The table has been set. Preparations were made, Kellen. You are my fool. Looking back to the rest of you. So, the time is nigh. You have, if my estimation is correct, you only have hours until the night of the ritual. If I'm correct, if you're going to be doing it when the stars are aligned correctly. Yes, time is funny here. So, allow me to assist you in your ways. And she'll gesture towards the middle of the room, and ruins etch in silvery rainbow light on the ground. Allow me to further you on your journey, seeing as I don't see how in your normal manner you'll manage to make it to Dragonlock on time otherwise.
Theobald will back up a couple steps and then step into that circle.
I'm still wearing the bone ring, eh?
Yes. You are. You 100% are.
Oh, okay.
Did not seem to bother her one way or the other.
Oh, it's just her heart is so pure. She sees right through me. Yes. Okay, I'll give her that perfect white handkerchief and something to remember me by.
And she just, I have more of you than you realize. Looking towards Maven.
I'm backing into the circle really quick.
Yeah.
I don't. They say don't meet your heroes. I don't.
Oh, sweetie, you shouldn't trust me.
I don't.
I'm a dragon.
I
And
know.
she pushes you towards the circle, and the light flashes. And that is where we're going to leave off this episode, as you all are being magically teleported to Dragonlock the night of the ritual.
Hmm.
Because timey-wimey space things happen on this island. And you never got tired, you never got hungry, but many weeks and days went by.
Maven's pissed.
I am. I appreciate that. So, until next time for our season finale. We went long this time just to make sure we were here for next episode. So thank you, anyone who bared with us. Thank you, future people. Until next time, Join us here again on Down with Dragons on Monsters of Roll on Twitch or on YouTube when it comes out. I am DM Scott.
I'm Killian, and this is Cammy.
I'm Mick.
Chris.
Have a good week. See you
Thanks,
next
everybody.
time.
Stay safe and well.